Hey everybody, it's Kevin and welcome to Kev's Daily Vibe. Today's Saturday, the 26th of June 2021, and I thought I'd do something different today. I hope you're well. I'm going to call upon the angels, wake them up and create a little bit of a racket. So here we go. Let's see. There we go. I've got my singing bowl. These are hand tempered. I think this is made of brass. I don't quite know, but anyway, I bought this at a lovely little Himalayan store, downtown Asheville. And as I'm going to this store, what is that on my table? Oh, there you go. It's gone now. Some candle wax. That's it. I was cutting the top of that candle the other day. It's like, ooh. What's that muck on there? I can see it in the camera, but not see it in front of me, but now I can. All right, so I've got this little singing bowl from the Himalayan store. And, you know, many of these bowls come from all kinds of places all around the world. And I like to go to places that, you know, they're at fair trade and where they actually contribute to the income of folks that are... they call them indigenous. I don't know what you want to call them, but there's a lot of areas around the world that they spend hours and hours and hours handcrafting and making things like this to be sold to the US. And many times, you know, they're working under deplorable conditions. So this is my little message to all of you who are of the light, who are spiritual, who are following, you know, a spiritual path, is be a little mindful of where your stuff's coming from. I know it took a while to get to the non-GMO type of, that's genetically modified organic products, where they're not using genetically or altered growing purposes. It took a while to get there, and I'm hoping it's going to be a little bit more, a little less time to get to where we are working with companies that believe in fair trade. You know, Trader Joe's is one of them, and I'm all for purchasing local, supporting local, local craftsmen, people that really want to put their heart and soul in what they're doing, like me. But lots of times, you know, it's hard to find someone in the US that makes these lovely singing bowls. Anyway, I'm digressing. You want to hear what the bowl sounds like. So really simple. This bowl's probably about 6 to 8 inches in diameter. And I use my right hand. Just gently tap the side of it. And then you work the edge of it. And it sort of creates a vibration. And how you know that the singing bowl is actually working for you or working in a part of your body is you get quiet, get still in the store, and you basically allow the bowl to sing. So the first thing, when the bowl is connecting with you and feeling like you've got a connection with it, the first thing is you are drawn to the sound that it makes. So that's an indication that this is in the family of bowls that you need to pursue or need to look at or attracted to. And the second thing is, where does this bowl hit you in your chakras? Where do you feel it the most? And if you're feeling the singing bowl hitting you like in your throat, in your chest, in your belly, way down in your genitals, perhaps underneath you at your seat, that's an indication that that's the chakra, that's the energy that it is opening and cleansing and cleaning and vibrating with. You don't necessarily have to feel it in a certain place, particularly if you're finding a new connection with your chakra balancing. But that's just one area of knowing that this singing bowl is resonating with your vibrational energy. So there's a little lesson in singing bowls. I've got two more on the shelf behind me that are made of crystal. They're man-made crystal, not so much the crystal that's mined and like these guys. There are some amazing sculptors of crystal bowls. This is my lovely Horace Chip skull, and every time I look at different places, I'm seeing different facets of him. Like this morning, I'm lifting him up and looking right down into his eyes, and I'm just turning it around, and there's another inclusion that's going across the left eye. You can get lost in the relationship and the magic that I have with him. And I like to believe that he is here sitting in the middle of all my other little crystals, charging them and keeping them safe and all that good stuff. All right, let's get to the cards and see what our message is of the day. Thank you, angels, for revealing to us what we need to know and bringing us a focus for this Saturday, the 26th of June 2021. We are open to listen, to receive, to share, and grateful for your presence, and so it is. There we go. Let's go. La, 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 la. We'll choose this one right off the top. There we go. Put those aside. Ooh, harmony and resolution. What I like about these cards is always a positive message. So here we see actually an angel who is looking to create harmony within all of the energy centers of the body and to resolve all conflicts. It's time to look inward and to gain some sort of higher perspective. You've been encouraged to call in the light of God, and this angel, and you do that by meditating. This angel has her eyes down, beautiful, long, flowing. It's a veil, which is the veil between the earth plane, physical, where we are, and the heavens. It looks like hair, and around the top of it, there's just this golden light, and then behind her, there's wings, but it's actually a veil sweeping her entire body. And then her arms are up over the head and her wings are outstretched. So angel guidance is encouraging you to stand down from any conflicts that you've got going on, any arguments, any disputes, anything that you feel that you've been pulled into and become a part of. Just walk away from them. Take a step back, collect your thoughts and breathe, meditate. What I know for sure is the angels can't help, they can't come, they can't guide unless we are creating a space for them to walk into. So now is the right time for you to be restoring the peace to your world. They want you to know that they are aware of all the challenges that's going on and the concerns, but unless you've got faith that harmony and resolution is coming and you believe that, nothing's going to change. So this is the time for you to visualize yourself, the situation, and everybody involved, and then see that golden light, the golden light of grace, of peace, of love, of goodness. And it's important to know that the angels of peace are encouraging you to let them bring the peace to you and this situation, and just to trust the process. Release the need to be right, and release the need to get your point across, and release the need to dig in and start conflict everywhere. Just focus on your inner peace. Dedicate time and energy to doing what you can do to make yourself feel comfortable and comforted. I think that's pretty clear. Harmony and resolution. I'll add to that message before we get into the Melody Beatty book. From my own perspective, and all of us, I don't think it matters whether you do hair, nails, if you're going to an office. In a collective way, the majority of the Western world, and I'm in the Western world, America, England, there has been conflict going on for decades. You can go back in history in your own lifetime, in your own life, and you can see and experience the conflicts that people have had around you, whether that's parental conflicts, sibling rivalry, conflicts at school, bullying, teachers, all of that stuff. In the workplace, conflict, name dropping, all of these things. And at some point, we ourselves have found ourselves embroiled in some kind of dispute and conflict. Somebody says something that's not right. Somebody sends us something that we don't believe we are guilty of, or says that this is going to be a change. And there's a reaction that comes from it. The ego wants everything to be status quo, simple, easy, especially when you plan something and the plans go cattywampus. Like, for example, you're going to go to the store and you've got just enough time to get to the store, pick up what you need, and then go on to your next event or project or whatever that is. And you arrive and they've cordoned off half the parking lot. They're painting it, whatever. Now you've got to drive around and around and around to find a parking space. And you coming up on a parking space. Oh yeah, it's perfect. Someone dodges right in. They know they've taken the parking space that you wanted. And they sometimes in glee of the fact they got there first. So that creates a visceral reaction. The reaction of unfair. The reaction of that was mine. The reaction of all of this. Now you are under the pressure of you can't find the parking space. You're not going to have enough time to go in the store and get what you need to get to the next place. How do you resolve those issues? You let them go. How do you let them go? I mean, it's terrible. That person took my parking space, made me late. All of those things. At some point, you have to take a deep breath and ask, how is this changing the positive outcome of everything? There was a time in my career where it's difficult to accept the fact that people are inevitably late for appointments. And more often than not, I'll get a text message or a phone call, but usually a text. I'm 5 minutes away. Well, your hair appointment is in 5 minutes. You're 5 minutes away. You're supposed to be here in 5 minutes. I could go there, right? I really could. And sometimes I have inwardly felt put out, not respected, not seen. It doesn't really help. Because, ultimately, the intentions are great. A person intended to get to the appointment around the appointment time. I have an inward conflict sometimes when I'm keeping people late. If I'm running over, sometimes by 40 minutes, sometimes by half an hour. That bothers me. It's an inner conflict. I always look to what's the intention. But now, with this lovely training that I'm in, and what I'm learning, and what I'm willing to share with you, I found a new space that makes it much, much better, and I give it over. Giving it over is saying to the spirit world, thank you for guiding me out of this situation peacefully and for the highest good of everybody. Boom, it's done. Thank you, angels, for guiding me out of this situation peacefully to the highest good of everyone, and done. That's really all it takes. A big breath in. Thank you, angels and spirit guides, for guiding me out of this situation to the highest good of everyone, and it's finished. When you create that space and you let that guidance come in and you simply say, I give it over, I give it up, that immediately changes the inward vibration of what the was going to be. It does. And the ego doesn't know what to do with it. So that ego is really, really quite tricky, naughty. and wants to still charge the battery of wow, wow. They want to still do it. When that happens, thank you, angels and spirit guides, for teaching me how to find harmony and resolution in every situation I face. So it is. Boom. So when you know that the situation still has not been resolved, because the ego is part of all of us, it's in us. Just as we have the God, the love, the angels, the light, the peace, the heart, all of that is part of where we came from, part of what we want to experience. Just because we have all of that in us, we also have the energy of fear, the energy of attack, the negative, the thoughts and ideas to get revenge, to seek out the not so nice ways of reacting and responding and all of this. That's what creates the free will and the balance. You can choose. It is a choice. I personally believe nobody really comes into this existence from a really dark negative space, from a really terrible negative space. The idea is to love and to be loved. Yes, very quickly, very, very quickly. A small child, probably in vitro, can detect whether or not this journey is going to be of peace, love, harmony, or not. And they might likely adjust accordingly. I don't know. I can't get a grasp on what the in vitro situation would be like once a person becomes a fetus. They're still in spirit to a degree, but they're also partly physical, partly ready to come into the world and serve a purpose. I know myself, I come from light, I come from the lightness, I come from joy, peace, harmony, because that's what I'm about. That seems to be works for me. It seems to be the thing that I gravitate towards the most. I am very sensitive. I feel things very deeply. I feel other people's sadness and hurt in a way that is empathetic. And then I found that inner wisdom to be able to know how to land those conversations, the awkwardness of the conversation, the truthfulness of the conversation. So if you find yourself currently at odds with a person, a situation, a place, a thing, something you've been grappling with, something that keeps churning, something that develops all of that, thank you, angels, spirit guides, for resolving this situation peacefully into the highest good of everyone. I'm done. And then you just let it go. And then if it keeps coming up again, thank you, angels and spirit guides, for teaching me how to resolve it, for teaching me the practice of resolution and harmony, for teaching me how to step away. It shuts it down. The ego will eventually give up. The pattern, the brain pattern, will eventually stop it. And then, in the case of those who are trying to squeeze in an extra task, really get into the asking the angels. If you know you have to do something before you get to something else, before you even attempt to do it, thank you, angels, for clearing the way for me to attempt, or for me to achieve, or for me to do what I need to do for everybody to be happy. Then it's done. Then you know that the lights will be green, the space will be perfect. Your life will be just gliding forward. Being grateful and thankful and peaceful and harmony allows all those angels to sweep in and do it. It took me a while to understand about asking for things in the present when it hadn't actually manifested. For being grateful for a business when I was feeling the effects of no business. It's being grateful to paying bills and resolving conflicts with credit when they were not being paid, and there was a panic with having to pay them on time, which happened monthly. And then I realized, oh, there's a lesson here because there's a pattern here. What am I not learning? What am I not getting? What am I not resolving? What am I not making harmony? Why is this a problem? The conflict, the worry, the fear was creating the block that was creating the issues that were stopping the angels from coming and doing it, because I had to learn that it's all vibrational energy. Well, how did I understand that? Because I had limiting thoughts and feelings and beliefs. Well, where did they come from? Somebody put them in my mind. That was somebody else's idea, somebody else's thought, somebody else's feeling, somebody else's belief system that they placed in my heart space. The limiting beliefs, the idea that I wasn't good enough, the idea that I did not deserve, the idea that I had not worked hard enough, they're all things that were placed in my heart space and my mind by other people, and I believed it. So believing it became stronger than achieving what it was I needed to learn, which is money, air, life is all abundant. It never stops, like the ocean. Gratitude is the energy that keeps it flying, keeps it flowing, keeps it going, lets it keep coming. So as a bill does get paid, as more than what you owe is being paid, as the debts are being reduced, if that's your deal, which was mine, then more of that happens, more of it comes. Then it becomes this thing that just happens. But still there's that gratitude. Still there's that grateful feeling of, oh, that was so wonderful. I appreciate it so much. And being genuine about that, you know, buying things, getting things, exchanging energy with other people. You're a light and I appreciate what you're doing, and you keep doing it. When you lift the vibrational energy of somebody else, you lift your own way on up. Angels everywhere, spirit guides, whatever you believe on the other side, are going, yes, 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 bring more, this is a good thing, off we go. Now, there are people who are automatically saying, well, what about those people that don't act grateful? And they might name a name of a famous person or a business person. None of your business. None of your business. We can only really worry about what we do. And see, that's where the ego gets in. Do you see how that happens? So. Ooh. You want to push that finger. What about this person? Well, hang on. What about that person? That's comparison. Comparison, my friends, is the thief of joy. If you want joy and happiness, harmony, resolution, you want to live this life that you're supposed to have, and it's super easy to have this amazing life. It is super easy, and all it is gratitude. Being present now, here, to what you want now, here. You want whatever it is you don't have. You want the partner, you want the love, you want the person in your house, you want them now. You don't want them next week. You don't want them at Christmas. You don't want them next year. You want them now. I want that partner, lover, person, husband. I want that new car. I want that new house. I want to experience that lavish lifestyle. I want to not have this. I want to be healthy. I want to be happy. I want to be all of the things. You want them now. So you say thank you now for what you want now, as if you've already got it, and get into the feeling of having it. And then whoosh, so it is. Let it go. Done. Once you whoosh, let it go. Done. Let's read from this, and then we will. How are we doing on time? Oof, doing not bad. We'll get there, I think. Say goodbye with love. Oof, I like that. Say goodbye to your problems with love. Say goodbye to your conflicts with love. When traveling with another person, we sometimes come to a junction It might be in the best interests of one person to go one way to see certain sights, gain certain experiences, learn particular lessons, and for another to go in another direction. This is a difficult time of challenges and maybe hard choices. Blending journeys sometimes is not always the best, or even possible. We can accompany another on his or her journey, but there may be a price to pay for that. We may forego our own journey and become passive observers. We can ask or insist that the other go along with us on our journey, but for the most part, he or she may be as bored and restless as we would be if the situation were reversed. Sometimes we need to let go, sometimes we need to say goodbye. These junctions can surprise us. They can appear early on or after years and years. They can occur in friendships, professional relationships, love relationships, or with family members. Although arriving at these junctions may be a surprise, it's usually not an accident. Often it's an important part of the journey. Feel all your feelings. Although you may need to feel angry for a while, clear all the resentments from your heart as soon as possible, say goodbye with blessings and love toward the other, thanking that person for all he or she has helped you learn. Remember that any curses you place on another will ultimately come back to harm you too. Grieve your losses. Say goodbye. Then let each travel down the road as he or she needs to go. Holding on won't help. Let both be free. To plan their own journeys, to map their own trips, embrace and enjoy their own destiny. Set others free to retrieve and experience the path that leads to their highest good, and you too. Letting others release to their highest good will release you, and you'll become free to find your own. I find that incredible, because that's ultimately what many conflicts are about. The release of being controlled or feeling controlled. Time to meditate briefly, eyes down, feet flat on the floor, palms toward the roof. Let's just do a little prayer of protection before we start. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for cutting the ties that bind me to people, places, situations, stories, fears and drama, and any unnecessary nonsense that no longer serves my purpose and gets in the way of love. I am safe and I am free, and so it is. Thank you, Archangel Metatron, and the angels of sacred geometry, for clearing the lower vibrational energies that surround me and clearing my path forward, for removing all the blockages and stagnancies that stand in the way of love. Now picture yourself in a lovely, warm, glowing white light. Let it come down from above your head. And picture in your mind's eye a circle of light about 8 to 10 inches above your head, maybe more. See it wider than your body. See it like a halo of floodlights with energy coming down through it. This is the stellar gateway, one of the new age chakras. Allow the source of energy, the energy from source, to come down into your personal halo known as your soul star, your personal new age chakra, 6 to 12 inches above your head. And feel the warmth and the love of this energy wafting down through your crown chakra, which is attached to your physical body. Picture the golden light traveling down through your head, trickling up over your nose, into your ears, around your cheekbones, into your nostrils, down into your lips and your chin. Feel it going down the inside of your throat and resonating outward down your shoulders and your collarbone, the back of your neck and into your heart space, down both arms, right arm and left arm, into your elbow joints, washing down into your forearms, encompassing both wrists and every single one of your fingers. Continue breathing and letting this waterfall of Christed golden light wash down over your belly, into your belly button, down into your pelvis, your genitals, your buttocks, right down into your inner and outer thighs, your hip bones. Run down into your knees and shins, calf muscles, into your ankles and feet, the tops of your feet, the veins on the tops of your feet, and let it flow down into every one of your toes. See this waterfall of golden light being permanent, and see the light that's coming within your chest, your heart space. Let it open with bright pink light, and let the white light, the golden light from source energy just radiate from you in every direction, with plumes of pink light coming from the center of your heart chakra, open to the world, attracting to you all that is good, all that is blessed. Allow the energy from source, this bright white light, to burn out, chase off, and remove any lower vibrational energies. Use the pink light of love, of joy, of abundance, of blessings, to intermingle with this golden light of angels. You are the light. You are one with the light. You come from the light. You never left the light. This is where you thank angels for reminding you of their presence and for revealing to you what you are seeing, what you are experiencing, what you know, what you now have a sense of. And thank you, angels, for leading me where I need to go, teaching me what I need to know. Your love and your guidance and your ancient wisdom feels good. I am willing and open to listen and to receive, happy and willing to live an abundant life, filled with joy, with love, with blessings, in perfect harmony with others. And so it is. Sit and focus your third eye center on the peace. Be connected with your depth of your breath, the actual feeling of the breath coming into your body, releasing from your body. Every breath in is a deeper state of relaxation. Every breath out is a release of unwanted, unneeded, and used up energy. Know, believe, and receive that your angels are with you. Know, believe, and receive that your angels are blessing you. You find your mind wandering off to a place that's just not here. Bring yourself back to how your fingers feel, how your seat feels, how your breath feels. Know, understand, and believe that it is completely normal and expected that your mind will wander and then comes back and then wanders off again and then comes back. It is normal. Meditation is a practice. Living the life on a daily basis is a practice. We are humans, spirits having a human experience, and the human experience is to be distracted, is to be stimulated. When you feel complete, bring your hands to prayer at heart center. You can also push pause on this video and go back to meditation. Perfectly okay. Lift your thumb knuckles to your third eye center to honor the world, yourself, and everyone else in it as we bow and say namaste. Thank you, my friends. Just one little thing I'll say about the meditation. Some people meditate 22 minutes a day, others not so long. When you're beginning, when you're starting, it doesn't matter. Put out of your mind how long you're supposed to meditate for. Just be in the habit of doing it. Doing it often, start with once a day, then add twice a day, then perhaps add 3 times a day. There is no getting to a certain point with it. There is no arriving at a certain stage with it. There is, however, a way that the neurons in the brain puts a pattern together based on a daily habit, a daily routine. So my nugget for all of you that are learning to meditate, learning to lift into spirit is mark your calendars for the same time every single day and make that become a non-negotiable part of your day. Whether that's 6 a.m., 7 a.m., first thing in the morning when you first wake up is perfect. All right, leave something in the comments. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Lots of love to you and all of the people in your life. Thanks so much for tuning in. Bye.